The last time you saw me, I was starting a journey from Corrour station to Aviemore in the Scottish Highlands. It basically ended up being 2 days of walking in a cloud. In this video I continue my journey, and I'm not always in a cloud. I finally get the chance to enjoy some of the stunning scenery around me. Good morning, start of day 3. Stayed at a hostel in Dalwhinnie last night, gave me an opportunity to dry things out, and then also resupplied at a petrol station because there's no shops in Dalwhinnie. They've just got a big whiskey distillery and a few houses and a train station and a petrol station. But I got everything I needed, lots of junk food mainly. So yeah, good to go. Just following this kind of aqueduct up through towards into the Cairngorms now, and yeah, it's kind of like overcast. There's no rain at the moment. It was raining earlier this morning. I'm hoping for some breaks in clouds. I'm heading across 18 or 19 miles, maybe 20, across to Glenfeshie, and one Munro on the way. That'll be quite early on after I follow this track up for a bit. So best get going because I've got a lot of miles to do today. Onwards.
Just a nameless face, every day unseen, hiding in the shadows of a world so mean, a forgotten soul, living in a world so cold, a silent scream from a story untold, in the quiet of the night you're walking through the shadows of a world forgotten. For the unsung heroes, for the battered soul, find your way to the light. Under the city lights, you roam alone, an invisible world we've never known. As the night descends and the shadows grow long, will you find a place where you belong?
I'm on the summit of Meall Chuaich, I think you say it, 951 metres. First Munro of today, only Munro of today I think. Got a break in the clouds, views for days in all directions, fantastic.
In the quiet of the night you're walking through the shadows of a world forgotten.
So I've reached the river Tromi or Tromi, and I've got to cross over the footbridge, which is just up that way. That's got knocked out by some water or something and swept away. I don't know what happened, but they haven't repaired it. I kind of knew that was the case. There's a couple of places to kind of try and ford over. None of them look great, but I'm just going to kind of plough through here somewhere and see how it goes. I don't know how slippy the rocks are underneath, so I'm going to just keep my shoes and socks on and just hopefully there's enough sun to dry them out a bit later, or just kind of walk with wet feet. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Not too hopeful. Made it across relatively easy. The current wasn't too strong. Got quite deep, but just above the knees, thigh height, and the rocks were quite slippy on the bottom. So glad I kept my shoes on rather than put my my actual water shoes on, where I probably would have slipped and stubbed my toe or something. Obviously didn't film it because I'm not confident enough to film and cross in that. I probably could have done it, but why take the risk? Anyway, my feet are absolutely soaking wet. Hopefully they'll dry out after I've walked on a little bit. I've got, I think, 2 more crossings to go. So we'll see how they go. I don't think they're as bad as that one though. We'll see. Okay, so I'm in Glenfeshie now, arrived at the Feshie River. Looks quite low. This section's like a braided river section, like I was crossing in Iceland. Doesn't look too bad here, but I think the quicker, deeper flow might be on the other side of the rocks. So I'll give it a try getting over here if I can. We'll see how it goes. Well, that was easy. There was only one channel to cross, everything else was dried up. And the channel to cross was very narrow and only up to about calf deep. So not even as difficult as the crossing from earlier in the day. Didn't expect it to be that easy, but glad it was. Feet are still wet, not that cold though, but hopefully they'll dry out. Good morning, day 4, starting out early. Weather's cloudy, a little bit of drizzle about. I think that the tops are going to be in cloud, but we'll see. Had a great night's stay at the Rui Edgecan bothy in Glenfeshie. Beautifully renovated, really nice bothy. Looks more like a house than a bothy, to be honest. Select group of people in there, good kind of conversation and stuff. I think there's four people plus the guy who kind of manages it informally, I think. But yeah, very nice, great stay. Heading up Mullach, Clach, Bhlair, which is the last Munro in the Cairngorms that I haven't done yet. So it's a nice, easy 4x4 track up to pretty much to the summit, and then on from there I'll make a decision. Original plan is to head up over Braeriach and then down into Aviemore, camping somewhere along the way. Winds are supposed to be strong today, So I don't know whether I'll do that and then just try and get most of it done today and then camp lower down, or divert off a different way. So I'll make that decision once I'm up on the top. But yeah, let's get going. Well, at the summit of Mullach, Clach of Bhlair, not every mountain has an impressive summit, especially when it's in a cloud, but nonetheless it's a Munro, 1,019 metres. My last Munro in the Cairngorms mountain range, not the Cairngorms National Park. I've got loads to do there, but my last one in the actual mountain range. Yeah, no view, but still worth the effort. So yeah, now just continue onwards and carry on and see where my route takes me now. Okay, made it up the spine of Sgor Gaibhre. It's horrible up there. It's windy, raining. I'm in a big cloud. I can't see anything, so I'm going to skip the two Munros, Sgor and Gaibhre and Cairngorms. Not going to bother with those. Been up them before, and I won't get a view, so I'm just going to head straight across to Braeriach. At the summit of Braeriach, it's disgusting up here. Windy, rainy, horrible. Can't see anything. But there's the summit again behind me, just to prove I'm actually here. Third time up here, and despite today's conditions, I'm going to still say it's my favourite mountain in Scotland. Anyway, not going to linger too long. Might get a quick bite to eat and a quick drink, and then head down and then see where I can camp much lower down. Because it's definitely not camping weather up here. I finished my trip with a walk out into Aviemore. I finished the day early, and predictably, on my day off the next day and the travel day, the sun came out. Despite the disappointing weather, it was a great trip overall, and I thoroughly enjoyed my journey across the Highlands. Now all that was left was a bus and a train back home before planning my next trip.